If you're an educator, you know the world has changed. Powerful AI tools are in the hands of every single student, and that raises a huge question. How in the world do we uphold academic integrity in this new era?
I want you to picture this. You're grading assignments, maybe late at night, and you come across one that is just flawless. I mean, the writing is perfect, the structure is immaculate, it's almost too good, right? And that little voice in your head starts to wonder, is this actually the student's work, or is it the work of an AI? It's a stressful thought. But here's an idea. What if we reframe this? What if this whole situation is less of a threat and more of a massive opportunity? A chance to really dig in and redefine what academic integrity even means in the 21st century.
To do that, though, we have to start by avoiding a really common pitfall. I call it the detection trap. You know, the knee-jerk reaction for so many of us is to try and police the problem away. Find the right software, catch the students, and you're done. But here's the thing. Relying on AI detection is a really flawed strategy, and honestly, it often creates way more problems than it solves. For one, these detection tools, they can be just plain wrong, leading to false accusations and a total breakdown of trust. They can yield all sorts of incorrect information. And maybe worst of all, they do absolutely nothing to address the real reason a student might be using AI in the first place.
And this really gets to the heart of the fundamental shift we need to make. We've got to move away from this punitive approach, one based on suspicion and detection, and move toward a pedagogical one that's built on trust and actual dialogue. It's a complete change in mindset.
So, what does this new mindset look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's dive in. Well, our goal is no longer about just catching students who are misusing AI. The new goal, the real goal, is to foster their own internal motivation to use these incredible tools in ways that are ethical, transparent, and responsible.
So how do we get there? It all starts with being proactive. We need a new toolkit, a new playbook for this new landscape.
The foundation of this whole playbook is built on 5 core pillars of academic integrity. We're talking honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and responsibility. Every single policy, every assignment needs to be grounded right here. And this solid foundation holds up 4 key strategies for your classroom. First, teach AI literacy. Second, set crystal clear policies. Third, redesign your assignments. And fourth, require reflection. Let's start with AI literacy. You just can't assume that students know where the ethical lines are. We have to teach them. We need to show them how AI can be an amazing tool for things like brainstorming or refining their ideas, not a machine for replacing their own critical thinking.
And you know, one of the best ways to teach this is to model it yourself. Show your students how you use AI in your own work. Make it super clear that it's a co-pilot, not the pilot. It's there to assist your thinking. It never, ever replaces your unique voice or your perspective.
Next up, and this one's a biggie, it's time to rethink your assignments. I mean, let's be honest. If an assignment can be completely finished by a chatbot in 30 seconds, it's probably not a great assignment to begin with. The focus has to shift to tasks that demand real critical thinking and a deep mastery of the subject. So what does that look like? Well, here are a few ideas. Have students engage with sources that an AI just can't process, like local Caribbean issues, for example. Ask for personal reflection, a connection to their own lives. You could even include quick, low-stakes oral defenses, or just require them to turn in their brainstorming notes and drafts along with the final piece. And our final strategy is to require reflection. We need to make transparency the default setting. So build a small component into your assignments where students have to explain if and how they used AI, maybe even sharing the prompts they used. This normalizes the ethical use of these tools and makes it just another part of the academic process. Okay, but let's be real. Even with the best game plan, you're still gonna have moments where you suspect misuse. This is where the approach shifts from prevention to intervention. It's about turning a potential accusation into a teachable moment. So when that gut feeling pops up, what's your first move? It's not running a detection report. It's starting a conversation. The very first step is to understand the why. A student using AI isn't always trying to pull a fast one. Are they just totally overwhelmed with deadlines? Are they terrified of failing? Do they feel completely underprepared for the assignment? If you can approach the situation with curiosity, you can turn what feels like a disciplinary issue into a really crucial teaching moment.
So instead of hitting them with, "Did you cheat?" try something more open ended. Something like, "Hey, can you tell me more about the thinking behind this paragraph?" This opens the door for a real conversation and gives you a chance to guide them, not just punish them.
So, I'll leave you with this thought to chew on. What if this new technology, by forcing us to double down on critical thinking, on personal reflection, on intellectual honesty, what if it paradoxically becomes our best tool for teaching the very skills that make us human?